We talked about Jaguar Wright before, and we say, well, she might be telling the truth on some things, and she might just be a psyop to get everybody to be distracted about stuff. But she recently said something about another individual, Jamie Foxx. Now, if you remember, Jamie Foxx suffered some medical emergency some time ago, and he went on hiatus for a bit, and when he came back, he looked all different, and everybody thought it might be a clone, it might be a different person. Jamie Foxx is dead. All this rumor starts swirling around him. And before he went in to this emergency, you had heard him talk about these parties that Diddy was throwing and these naked basketball games that they were having, and he had video film of it, and he was going to expose it, blah, 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 blah.
So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm filming this, and it's a pool party that is ridiculous, man. And I look up and I see Dr. Ruth. I don't know if you know who that is. This lady. This lady. I see Dr. Ruth. I said, Miss Ruth, could you please come over here? This guy by the name of Sean P. Diddy Combs. I need you to come meet him. I need this for my camera. Dr. Ruth and Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel pool dancing, doing their thing, right? And you know what they dancing to? Over in the corner, God bless, is Heavy D, Andre Harrell, and they listening to a demo.
And then all of a sudden, it finds he's himself in a medical emergency, he disappears, comes back out, and it's a whole new Jamie Foxx, and you never hear him talk about it again. Well, Jaguar came out and said that, well, you know, he was the one hosting these particular basketball naked parties.
You know, Jamie done a lot. The naked basketball games that he hosted. I mean, everybody knew, and there's no point in me hiding it now because his fate has been sealed, whatever it may be. But everybody knew if you went to a party at Jamie's house that at midnight, the witching hour began.
So here's a question. Could it be, and again, you can call this a conspiracy if you want, but here's a question. Could it be that Jamie got the bright idea that he was going to expose the fact that this was something that Diddy participated in, but he wasn't going to divulge the fact that he was the one that hosted a few of them? Was he just going to try and expose that and come out looking like the good guy? And then the elites got word of it and they thought, nah, you ain't going to do that. You're sick. Replaced him with a clone. Blibbity blabbity bloop. No longer talks about it. He's back into acting. He's doing what he's got to do, but it's not really him. Could it be? It could be. So let's put that as an option one. Option two, however, is that he was threatened to shut up because we all know you were implicated in it too. So you better drop that before we end your career and put you where you really ought to be, which is in the Hoosgow. I'm more prone to believe the second, although the first is not too far-fetched because we do know that they have cloned people. We're not denying that. But to do it to the extent of making sure he doesn't divulge information, I'm not sure we're quite sold on that yet. I'm more sold on the fact that he could easily have been coerced to saying nothing. Now, you might ask, well, why haven't they done that to Jaguar? Because she has nothing to lose. She's not looking for fame anymore. In fact, she's the kind of person that might actually be welcoming of death because of the stuff she's been either done purposefully by herself, allowed herself to do, or been coerced to do, and she might just be looking for a way out. Who knows? Or it could be that she's playing the part, just like all of them, that she's supposed to play, the distractor. But let's take, for instance, that she's not distracting on the Jamie Foxx story, and it is true that he was part of the whole naked basketball thing. Is this become like a new thing for the industry to have some salacious secrets, and they all have to participate in some humiliation stuff in order to get to the, well, we knew that, right? We knew that every one of them have to go through that. But it seems almost like it's more than just that. It's almost like it's tailored for each individual. It's almost like they come to you and say, hey, what do you want? Well, this is my list of things I want to accomplish in life. Oh, okay. And then they start to go back through your life and realize the things that you hate most. And then tell you, you got to do that. But no, you said you wanted fame. If you want this fame, this is what we got to have you do. You really want it? You want that mansion? You want this next role? You want to be known? You want to be revered and loved? Well, we got to make sure that you're committed to it. So here's what we want you to do. We need you to participate in some extracurricular activities with these people. And I want you to go all out. We need you to really get in there. But once you do, we'll give you what you want. Now, I have no doubt that Jamie did what he had. Look, if you don't want to have to go back as far as in Living Color to see what he was capable of. Y'all remember that? Heck, y'all remember he'd been on Mad TV too. Way back in the day. He has been on all over TV dressed as, what was her name? Wanda. Y'all remember Wanda? The ugly, you remember that one? That was part of his humiliation too. And right after that, Jamie went through the roof. And every once in a while, you see him get caught up in some stuff and you hear some scandals about it, but it didn't really go too far because you know why? We believe he genuinely just gave in. He did what had to be done. I don't think Jaguar's wrong on this one at all. Why would he just all of a sudden stop talking about the things he said he was going to release? Why drop the whole Diddy conversation alone? Why stop? He was either threatened or replaced. Only two can be true. What you just said, just let this one slide. Do you mind me how many victims Puff Daddy's had? And if you say you really care, you just like, well, I'll let this one go. I'm not worried about it. Eventually he'll get his comeuppance. I don't need to interject myself. No. You were approached, Jamie. One way or another, you were approached. Either approached to be silenced or approached to be bribed. And either way, they succeeded. Now, thankfully, the whole issue with Puffy is out in the open and it's still being investigated without you, of course. But you're not, how would I say it, exempt from scrutiny about this one. And while we're not 100% on board of what role Jaguar is playing, we cannot avoid the fact that a broken clock is twice right in a day. This might be her second time right. I don't know where this is going to go with Jamie. I have no idea if he's even going to confess up to it. I have no clue. But what we're seeing before us, and if we look at timeline and how history goes, there's something very suspect about this. Aside from the fact of the cross-eye business and he comes out of the hiatus looking a completely different shade, or his head's a little different size, his eyes are different altogether, the slope, everything about him might be seeming different. I can't even take that as true that he's a clone. It could even be that they were using that as a diversion tactic to make you not even think about the fact that he's no longer talking about the naked basketball. They're not without their wiles. They have all kinds of things to make you believe anything but the truth. And if they can detract you from that, they win. So we're going to try and reel everybody back in. The Diddy saga is still going on. Jamie Foxx was still the one hosting those parties. And we still have a whole lot of things we haven't had any answers to as of yet. Will we ever get it? Probably not. Because the elites protect their own. The best we can do on our end, at least for Too Strong, is expose it. And the best you can do is, if you have anybody wanting to go into that arena, deter them. Deter them as quickly as you can. Because the person you send off to see their dreams may not be the same person that comes back home.